It is time for another season of Ask the AD. I'm Steve Schemmel. I ask. He's Jeff Schemmel. He answers. And we'll start with football. It's on everybody's mind. And you've seen a lot of the two-a-days. You've seen the progression with this team. Talk a little bit about your observations in general.
Well, I think even culminating with the scrimmage on Saturday, I think everyone's been so impressed with the way the kids have responded. I think that's the way to summarize it the best, is that the kids have responded in a way that we had hoped they would, and probably beyond what we hoped they would. So you can see in the kids' eyes when they can't wait to get some more, and they are soaking everything up, and the light is on, and the energy level, the activity, excitement on the field, and the practice field every day is so clear. I think everyone's now anxious to take the trek up to UCLA and get started.
One of the things that Brady Hoke has used as a theme has been, football games are won in the fourth quarter, championships are won in November. The conditioning so important. What is what you've seen in that regard with this team?
Well, I don't think there's any question. When you go to a practice, you see, Steve, how there's no one standing around. There's something always going on for all of the kids out there. I think a good indication, another good, we laugh about it a little bit, but most of the kids on this team don't want to be hurt. They'd rather be on the field practicing because, as many of us have seen, they work harder rehabbing those injuries than they might if they were out there practicing on the field. Our strength and conditioning staff does a phenomenal job of getting the message across the right way and rehabbing those kids to a great degree so that they're ready to play.
I know we'll talk about it more next week, but September 5th has been circled on the calendar for quite some time. Obviously, newness with our team and newness with UCLA and their quarterbacking situation, which should make for a very interesting football game.
Well, we think so. We think we have great confidence, I think. I certainly personally do in Brady Hoke and his leadership. You don't have to spend much time around Brady to see the leadership there, and hard not to attach to that, see it and feel it. But he's also surrounded himself with some great assistant coaches, and you watch how we conduct ourselves on both offense and defense. I certainly noticed at the scrimmage Saturday, both of those units are fun to watch and clearly very well coached. So it's really going to be fun to go up there and get our feet wet up in the Rose Bowl.
You mentioned new coaching staff for football, and obviously it's Brady Hoke and who he brought on, but there are really 4 sports that have new coaches, football being one of them, and volleyball being another. I want to go over all those coaches and their sports. First with volleyball and Deidre Collins-Parker, and they begin this week.
They do. They go to Seattle this weekend for their first tournament. I think everyone, again, is anxious to see that product. Deidre brings so many things, great playing and coaching pedigree to this place, and she's been a delight to work with. I think the kids have reacted really well to her, and I know the recruiting wars she's hit very hard since she's been here, and she's only been here a short period of time. But I think, again, it's much like football. We're all anxious to get going and see the Deidre Collins-Parker imprint on women's volleyball at San Diego State.
And you mentioned her pedigree. She's an Olympian. You hired a track coach, Sheila Burrell. She's an Olympian.
We've got quite a stable now. Sheila Burrell, a 2-time Olympian heptathlete, and a graduate of UCLA. And
surprising that you did not hold that against her in the process. But
you know what? She's done a great job. I'll tell you what won her the job is her incredible coaching that she's done since even while she was competing at the end of her career, and then since then. It is what she's done really in the coaching areas, both at Kansas State and at Georgetown, particularly, that impressed us enough that we thought she would bring the great coaching skills and also a great recruiting energy for Southern California and the region to bring great athletes to San Diego State. Obviously, we have a wonderful facility here and a great university to recruit to. So we're excited about what Sheila brings and will bring in the future.
And then women's golf, Emily Klein, great pedigree there as well.
A terrific pedigree. If they had Olympic golf, she'd probably be on the Olympic team.
Right.
Emily is a 2-time NCAA individual golf champion. She was at Arizona State, led her team to a team title when she was there, and had a great career on the professional golf tour. Won the British Open on the LPGA. So, and she also, even though that great playing pedigree is wonderful. She made her mark coaching, and she spent the last 4 years at Central Florida and brought that team from really a poor place, way down the charts, all the way to I think 35th a year ago in the rankings, national rankings. And again, her energy level. Anybody that knows Emily knows the great energy she has, and love her focus and game plan to recruit good athletes and then get them here and get them ready to play at the highest level.
And the part really not everyone probably knows is overall the program last year, best year ever, and then you make these changes in the coaching staff, I'm sure, because you expect to take even a bigger leap this year.
Well, I think so, Steve. And you know that we talk about all the time here that we have an expectation that we compete at the highest level here in all the sports that we have. And I think all of the coaches that we've just mentioned have that aspiration. They have that goal. They're determined to get there. And I think that's not only what we want, but it's also contagious. And I think all of us here, all 150 to 200 employees in this athletic department are very excited about this upcoming year in almost every sport that we sponsor. And I think I'm really proud of our people because we've done that in the face of the budget cuts that we've all had to take at this campus and across the state of California. And they've done that with their heads up and a good game plan and really some genuine excitement about we're not only going to make it through this, we're going to excel through this, and that's been fun.
All right, Jeff, we look forward to the year.
Thank you, Steve.